Hi everyone, my name is Bob Walotka. I'm a trainer here at US Realty Training. Today we're covering 25 questions you will likely see on your Pennsylvania real estate exam. If you would like more questions like these, US Realty Training provides a state exam prep package in Pennsylvania that comes with practice exams, terminology flashcards, video explanations, an ebook study guide, and much, much more. If you're interested, the link for that is in the description and the comments below. With that said, let's start with the first question. What, if anything, is required when a licensee sells a property he or she owns? A, must list with another broker. B, must tell prospective buyers only if they ask. C, must inform all prospective buyers that they hold a real estate license. Or D, must list with their employing broker. The correct answer is C, must inform all prospective buyers that they hold a real estate license. Section 35.283 of the regulations state that licensees must disclose any ownership interest they have in a property involved in a real estate transaction in which they are participating. Of the following, who is required to hold a Pennsylvania real estate license? A, attorney in fact acting under an executed power of attorney. B, full-time employee of a builder who negotiates the sale of the builder's real estate. C, builders of a 1 to 4 unit dwelling. Or D, employees of a public utilities acting on behalf of their employing entity. The correct answer is B, full-time employee of a builder who negotiates the sale of the builder's real estate. Pennsylvania does not require builders to be licensed in Pennsylvania, but individuals employed by builders must be licensed, including those who negotiate the sale. Which of the following is a permitted activity for an unlicensed assistant in Pennsylvania? A, hold an open house for the public as long as the assistant provides a disclaimer that he cannot answer questions relating to the house. B, call potential sellers for his employer. C, hold an open house for other licensees. Or D, show property to buyers who have a signed agreement with the assistant's employing salesperson or broker. The correct answer is C, hold an open house for other licensees. Unlicensed assistants may hold an open house for other licensees and share general information, not the general public, but may not provide advice or interpret information related to the property. Age as a protected class in Pennsylvania is defined as persons A, 40 and older, B, 55 and older, C, 62 and older, or D, 65 and older. The correct answer is A, 40 and older. The Pennsylvania Human Relations Act, or PHRA, is more restrictive than the Federal Fair Housing Act, as it includes religious creed, ancestry, and age as persons 40 years and older. Which of the following is true? Remember, we're looking for the true one, regarding the laws for trust escrow accounts. A, all rents must be deposited into the broker's trust escrow account. B, the salesperson must deposit funds within 3 hours of their receipt. C, the buyer and the seller can agree in writing that escrow funds will not be deposited until the sales agreement is accepted. Or D, escrow funds may not be deposited in an interest-bearing account. The correct answer is C, the buyer and seller can agree in writing that escrow funds will not be deposited until the sales agreement is accepted. Commission and rules and regulations allow the broker to wait to deposit escrow fund until after the agreement is signed by other parties. Another thing to look for here is that both buyer and seller agree in writing. Whenever you see that, It's probably the right answer. A broker serves as a property manager of a large complex. The cleaning company approaches the broker and offers $25 each time that a tenant uses the cleaning company's services. In this situation, the compensation is A, illegal, B, legal, C, unethical but not illegal, or D, legal if the owner gets a 25% cut. The correct answer is A, illegal. Regulations specifically state that brokers who manage rental properties may not accept commissions, rebates, or profits on expenditures made without the owner's prior written consent. The term fiduciary refers to A, an attorney in fact, B, the buyer's lender in a sales transaction, C, the relationship between the agent and the principal/client, or D, the seller's accountant. The correct answer is C, the relationship between the agent and the principal or client. A fiduciary relationship is created when an agent represents a client or principal and is in a position of confidence and trust. In a dual agency situation, brokers may be compensated by both the seller and the buyer, A, under no circumstances, B, if both parties give written consent to dual representation, C, as long as the buyer agrees, since the seller usually pays the commission, or D, if the compensation is stipulated in the agency contracts and both parties consent in writing to dual compensation. The correct answer is D, if the compensation is stipulated in the agency contracts and both parties consent in writing to dual compensation. Compensation is a contract issue while representation is an agency issue. If both parties consent in writing to dual agency, then the broker may be compensated as determined in the agency contracts. A broker may represent both the seller and the buyer when A, the broker holds a dual agent license in the state, B, the parties are related, C, the parties give informed written consent to dual agency, or D, the parties' attorneys okay representation. The correct answer is C, the parties give informed written consent to dual agency. Parties must be given sufficient information to determine if dual representation is in their best interest and must give informed written consent. Again, parties agree in writing. A buyer and seller approach a broker and explain that they have agreed on the sale of the seller's home. They ask the broker to assist them in the rest of the transaction. In Pennsylvania, the broker, A, may represent either the buyer or the seller, but not both. B, may act as a transaction broker. C, must assign a different agent to the buyer. Or D, may not do this as it would violate licensing law. The correct answer is B, may act as a transaction broker. If the buyer and seller negotiate the sale without representation, a transaction broker can assist with the necessary paperwork and other items required in the transfer of real property. Which of the following are legal in the state of Pennsylvania? A, electronic documents but not electronic signatures. B, electronic documents, signatures, and records. C, Spanish-only documents if the participants are Hispanic. Or D, English-only documents when written on paper but not electronically. The correct answer is B, electronic documents, signatures, and records. The Pennsylvania Electronic Transaction Act allows electronic documents, signatures, and records, but does not address the use of foreign languages. Which of the following is not true regarding designated agency? Not. A, it may occur at any time. B, it should not be disclosed to the buyer. C, designated agents cannot disclose confidential information to the other side. Or D, designated agency must be approved in writing by both parties. The correct answer of what is not is B. It should not be disclosed to the buyer. Any agency relationship must always be disclosed to all parties in the transaction. Which of the following is not a type of listing agreement? A, exclusive right to sell listing. B, exclusive agency listing. C, limited agency listing. Or D, open agency listing. The correct answer of which is not a type of listing agreement is C, limited agency listing. Listing agreements include exclusive right to sell, exclusive agency, and open agency. There is not a limited agency listing agreement. A licensee lists a residence for $200,000. The owner confides in the agent that she must sell the house quickly and is willing to accept a lower price. To expedite the sale, the licensee tells a buyer that the seller will accept $10,000 less than the asking price for the property. Which of the following is true? A, the licensee violated his fiduciary responsibility by telling the buyer confidential information about the seller regardless of motivation. B, the licensee acted appropriately under the circumstances. C, the licensee should have said the seller would accept a lower price but not given a specific figure. Or D, the licensee was working in the seller's best interest, so no laws were violated. The correct answer is A, the licensee violated his fiduciary responsibility by telling the buyer confidential information about the seller regardless of motivation. The licensee owes his fiduciary duties to his client and should advocate to get the seller the highest price possible. Disclosing a lower price violates the licensee's duty to the seller. The key feature of an adjustable mortgage is that A, the interest rate may vary. B, the monthly payment increases over the life of the loan. C, the principal balance does not amortize. Or D, the loan term can be shortened or lengthened. The correct answer is A, the interest rate may vary. Adjustable rate mortgages, or ARMs, allow the lender to change the interest rate at specified intervals and by specified amount. Federal regulations place limits on incremental interest rate increases and on the total amount by which the rate may be increased over the loan term. What is the statute of limitations for the filing of a breach of contract in the state of Pennsylvania? A, 2 years. B, 4 years. C, 5 years. Or D, 7 years. The correct answer is B, 4 years. The statute of limitations in Pennsylvania is 4 years from the date of contract breach. Ad valorem taxes are based on A, the replacement value of property, B, the assessed value of property, C, the millage value of property, or D, the broker's estimate of value. The correct answer is B, the assessed value of property. General property taxes are levied on an ad valorem basis, meaning that they are based on the assessed value of the property. Assessed value is determined according to state law, usually by a county or township assessor or appraiser. Which of the following activities is not allowed under the Real Estate Settlements and Procedures Act, or RESPA? Not. A, a broker having any business relationship with an insurance company that is involved in the broker's transaction. B, a broker pre-qualifying a buyer for a mortgage loan. C, a lender requiring a deposit from a borrower for a tax and insurance escrow account, or D, a lender paying a fee to a broker for referring a borrower to the lender? The correct answer is D, a lender paying a fee to a broker for referring a borrower to the lender. RESPA prohibits the payment of fees as part of a real estate settlement when no services are actually rendered. This prohibition includes referral fees for such services as title searches, title insurance, mortgage loans, appraisals, credit reports, inspections, surveys, and legal services. To minimize the risk of violating fair housing laws, a licensee should A, refuse to use terms that refer to or describe any of the classes of persons protected by the laws. B, avoid working in neighborhoods that are predominantly occupied by a single ethnic group. C, make discriminatory or derogatory remarks in conversation only, never in writing. Or D, give better service to members of a protected class than is standard for other clients or customers. The correct answer is A, refuse to use terms that refer to or describe any of the classes of persons protected by the laws. Before entering into a listing agreement, a licensee should explain that it is necessary to comply with fair housing laws and obtain the potential client's acknowledgement and agreement. The agent should make it clear that the agent will reject the use of terms indicating race, religion, creed, color, national origin, sex, handicap, age, or familiar status to describe prospective buyers. Such terms should be avoided in conversation as well as in advertising. Public meetings held by the Pennsylvania Real Estate Commission are designed to A, hear comments, suggestions, and concerns from the general public regarding real estate practices in the state. B, update licensees on changing policies and procedures. C, allow key political groups to present information to the commission. Or D, hold disciplinary proceedings for licensees. The correct answer is A, hear comments, suggestions, and concerns from the general public regarding real estate practices in the state. In addition to regularly scheduled meetings, the Commission holds public meetings to solicit comments, suggestions, and concerns from the public. Public meetings require 15 days notice. Be aware of that. That could show up on your test. In Pennsylvania, agency can involve all the following except, watch out for except, A, dual agency, B, cooperative agency, B, designated agency, or D, buyer agency. The correct except is B, cooperative agency. The types of agency relationships include seller agency, subagent, listing broker, dual agent, designated agent, and transaction licensee. Cooperative agency is not there. In Pennsylvania, all agreements and contracts regarding the employment of an agent by a principal for a fee must A, be validated by HUD, B, be in writing, C, be witnessed by 3 people and notarized, or D, be executed within 60 days unless an extension is granted. The correct answer is, you guessed it, B, must be in writing. In Pennsylvania, all exclusive contracts of employment for fee must be in writing. Additionally, the agent must have written authority from the seller to advertise or market the seller's property. In Pennsylvania, short sales, A, are allowed with buyer approval, B, require lender approval, C, are not material facts unless the seller agrees, or D, prevent the agent from earning a commission without lender approval. The correct answer is B, require lender approval. Since the lender will not be receiving enough money to cover the amount owed for the mortgage, they must approve of any short sales. And just so you know, the term short sale means that the bank is being shorted. Don't be confused that it takes a short amount of time to close one. The opposite is actually true. Which of the following is not required for condominium sales in Pennsylvania? Not required. A, 2-year warranty. B, public offering statement. C, right to purchase their current unit when a complex is converted to a condominium. Or D, fee simple ownership of both the lot under the condominium and the airspace above. The correct answer is D, fee simple ownership of both the lot under the condominium and airspace above. Condominium owners own the airspace between the walls of the unit. Townhouse owners own the lot under their properties. Keep in mind that a condominium typically is one layer, one story, with something above and below possibly, and other walls. A townhouse is usually up and down with only shared walls. Spousal rights guarantee that upon the death of a spouse, the surviving spouse, A, automatically inherits 50% of all property and cash assets of the deceased. B, must divide all property and assets with contesting heirs. C, may not be totally disinherited. Or D, may live in the couple's house by paying a small amount of rent to the heirs named in the will. The correct answer is C, may not be totally disinherited. If the deceased has a will that leaves nothing to the spouse, the surviving spouse can exercise what's called an elective share, which gives the surviving spouse the right to inherit 1/3 of the deceased's estate. And that covers 25 questions on the real estate exam. If you want more exam help videos like this, then I would recommend you watch this video right here. Also, you can purchase the state exam prep package, which is linked up below. See you next time.
Good.